Canva is a popular program for creating professional-grade graphic designs and other creativity projects. But to make the most out of it, you used to need the Pro version. Luckily, last year, Canva released Canva for Education, which is completely free for educators and students, includes thousands of pre-created education templates, allows you to create individual and collaborative assignments, and syncs with learning management systems. I have to admit, I haven't been this excited about an EdTech platform in a while, and in this video, I'm excited to show you what it's all about. My name is Sam Carey, and this is my YouTube channel for the new EdTech classroom. Be sure to hit the like button on this video, as well as subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any of my weekly video updates. You can also show your support for the work I do on this channel by becoming a channel member. You can do that by hitting the join button. And if you have any questions about Canva for Education, be sure to ask those in the comments below. Before showing you how to access your free Canva for Education account, let's look at some of the different templates that are available in Canva so you can get a sense of how resource-rich it is. First, Canva has loads of digital worksheets that you can assign to students. As with all the templates you'll find on Canva, the content varies across grades and subject areas. For example, there are science worksheets, art analysis worksheets, writing brainstorms, drag and drop worksheets, and much more. Canva also has online whiteboard templates, and students can collaborate together on these templates without ever leaving the Canva interface. There are also group project templates, such as this one, to support a small group with creating a graphic design project, or animated presentation templates for projects, such as this one about cloud formations. You might want to assign an infographic template for students to show what they've learned using a graphic design, or have students use one of the video templates to create an About Me project. And I'll be showing all of these templates and how to use them in this video. In addition to templates for student work, there's also a ton of material for teacher-created content. For example, with a Canva for Education account, you'll have access to free templates you could use as an alternative to Google Slides or PowerPoint, as well as pre-created Bitmoji scenes, banners for your learning management system, and even lesson planning templates. All of these templates are fully customizable, and you could always just build your own entirely from scratch if you preferred to do it that way. The templates I just showed still only scratch the surface of what's available in Canva for free with an education account. Now that I've given you a brief overview, let's look quickly at how you can get a free Canva for Education account. You'll want to go to canva.com/edu-signup and then click on the Get Verified button, where you'll be asked to enter your name and email as well as the name of your organization. If you already have a Canva account, log into that account first and then go to Canva for Education, and your account will be upgraded after you get verified. That way you'll keep all of your existing designs and they'll be there ready for you to use in your new education account. Regardless of the learning management system you use, the first thing you'll want to do is create a class in Canva so that you can send students assignments. You'll see here that I already have one team or class created, and to create another one, go up to the Settings cog, click on Billings and Teams, and click Create a New Class. To toggle back and forth between the classes you create, click on your icon, scroll down to Switch Team, and choose a different class. You might want to do this if you teach different courses or different grade levels to keep your classes totally separate from one another if you're obsessive about keeping everything neat and tidy like I am. Now to set up your class, click on the class name at the bottom left-hand side of the screen. On the Designs tab, you can customize your banner by changing the class name, and since Canva is a graphics design program, you can of course also design your own banner within Canva if you'd like. To add students to your class, you'll want to go over to the People tab. Here you'll see that you currently have the option to import your class roster from Google Classroom or to manually enter your students' information. Note that other LMS integrations will be coming soon. Once you sync your roster or manually add student names, it's important to note that students won't actually be signed up for a Canva account until you send them an invitation, which they will need to accept. Because of this, it might be a good idea to send those invitations in class and have students accept them in class. Before launching into creating Canva assignments, you might want to check out the Learn tab, where you can find tutorials specific to Canva for Education, as well as tutorials about how to design in Canva that could be helpful to show students. Now let's look at how to do some basic editing of a Canva template and then look at how to assign that template to students. I'll start by showing you a worksheet template such as this Getting to Know a Character 1. First, notice that the entire worksheet is fully editable. If you click on a text box, you'll see an Edit tab show up above where you can customize different elements of the text, such as the font and color, and you can also edit the copy as needed. By clicking on the template, you can change the document color too. If you'd like to replace the shapes or symbols with different ones, you can click on any element to delete it and then choose a different one from the Elements tab on the left-hand side of the screen. I'd also recommend that you lock certain elements on the worksheet so that students can't easily delete them on accident or move them around. You can do that by clicking on any part of the template, such as this text box, and then clicking the lock icon. Once you've finished customizing your template, go up to the three-dot menu on the top right-hand side of the screen, and there you'll see the two main ways to turn this template into separate worksheets for individual students, directly through Canva or through your learning management system. If you use Google Classroom, click on the icon and then choose the class to which you want to send the assignment and then choose Create Assignment. Click Go, and that will open up the assignment portal where you can give your assignment a name, instructions, and a due date, as well as assign it to a topic. Then when a student goes to Google Classroom to open up the assignment and clicks on the link, they'll be prompted to use the template that you assigned. Another option would be to assign this template directly through Canva by clicking Assignment. You'll be prompted to write an assignment description, then just make sure you've chosen the correct class, and then click Publish. Now when students log into Canva, they'll see the template show up under their course dashboard. After a student completes an activity, they just need to click Send to Teacher to submit it. There they can leave you a message, and when they are ready to turn their assignment in, click Send. Back on the teacher side, you can see submitted work by clicking on the Classwork tab. There you'll be able to see the work that students turned in, as well as give them feedback. And then when a student returns to Canva, they can also click on the Classwork tab to be able to see all of their returned work, as well as read the feedback you gave them. We just looked at how to assign Canva templates to individual students, but you can also assign templates for your entire class to work on at once, or assign templates to small groups of students. Just like all of the other templates, any template you choose for group work is also fully editable, so you can customize it to fit the needs of a particular assignment. As I mentioned, there are two main ways to assign group work in Canva. One is to have all the students in your class join the document at the same time, and another is to send separate copies of assignments to small groups. First, let's look at how to assign a single template for your entire class to work on all together. If you want all students to collaborate on a single editable document, you'll need to share it differently than the way I showed with the template. Instead of going up to the three dots, click on the purple Share button and then click Copy Link. Next, if you're using Google Classroom, go to Google Classroom and open the assignment editor. Give your assignment a name and description, and then click on the link icon and paste the link to the editable Canva assignment that you just copied. Another option would be to simply paste the link for the assignment wherever you want students to access it, be that through a Zoom or Google Meet chat, or on a slide or PowerPoint, or in a different learning management system. Then when students click on the link, they'll be taken directly to the editable page where they can begin working on their activity and all contribute together. You can see here, for example, now that numerous students are in, that they're all able to drag elements around and contribute to the board at the same time. If rather than assigning a template to your entire class, you wanted to assign separate templates to small groups, you can do that too. To create separate templates for separate groups, you'll want to start by creating a copy of the template by going up to File, Make a Copy. Then repeat the process of copying and pasting the shareable link. This time, however, you'll only want to share the link with the specific members of a group. You can do this through the chat if you're teaching on Zoom or Google Meet, or you can share the links with only a select group of students in your learning management system. For example, in Google Classroom, when in the assignment editor, you'll just want to select the names of the students in that group from the drop-down menu and then paste the link in. Now, when students open up the link for their specific group template, they'll only see the template that was assigned to their group, and each group member will be able to work on that individual template together. Now that we've learned how to create worksheet templates and assign them to individual students, as well as learned how to assign online whiteboards or group work templates to your entire class or to small groups, let's look at some ways you can use Canva for creativity projects like graphic designs and video presentations. Canva is primarily known for being a graphic design program, and there are many different graphic design templates to help kickstart ideas for how you can use graphic design with your students. Luckily, you don't personally need to be a graphic design expert to do graphic design projects with students. In fact, it might be best to let the experts do the talking. Remember that you can go to the Learn tab to find tutorials about how to design in Canva. Here, click on Graphic Design Basics, and you'll see tutorials about the importance of proximity in graphic design, alignment, fonts, using opposites, the color wheel, and much more. One way you could use graphic design would be to have students research a famous person and then make a poster with that person's image and have them include text indicating that person's key accomplishments. Students could also make persuasive posters about a topic they are studying, such as this one about animal testing or this one about uniting against bullying. When teaching students how to make graphic design projects, it would be most important to teach them how to customize the text by clicking on a text box and filling in their information, changing the font type by clicking on the drop-down menu, as well as changing the font color. You'll also want to show students how to change the image background by clicking on Photos, searching for an image they want, clicking on the image to add it, and then right-clicking and selecting Replace Background. You could also have students make infographics to show the process of photosynthesis, to show the life cycle of a butterfly, or to show the different states of matter. When showing students how to design infographics, you'll definitely want to show them how to use elements, which allows students to add a wide range of icons to their graphic designs. For example, students can use stickers to add decorative designs such as this leaf, or shapes such as this arrow, amongst many other options. In addition to static elements, students can also add animated stickers to add some flair to their designs. For example, there's this exploding fireworks sticker or this clapping hand sticker. And you can see that there are many additional stickers for students to choose from. Although you might be more familiar with using Canva for graphic design, it's also an awesome program for doing short video projects with students. For example, you could use one of these templates to have students make an About Me video. Video projects in Canva are composed of different slides that can be animated to give it a video effect. As with the graphic design templates, the text on a slide is fully editable, so students can replace the preset name with their own. Then you could have students go to Uploads to upload video or image files that they can use in their videos. To replace the current media, they just need to drag and drop their image or video in. In addition to images, students can also add video clips by searching for what they're looking for on the Videos tab, and then also just dragging and dropping a video in. After students finish editing all the information on the remaining slides, they can click play at the top to preview the video. Notice how the slide's elements appear as animations to give it a video-like effect, and how the actual video on the second slide plays automatically. To change the way the slides animate, click on the animations icon to access the menu. There you can preview what different options will look like, and then hit play again to see them in action. Lastly, to make these videos even more engaging, they can also find audio clips to play in the background on the Audio tab. Click to preview the audio, and then double-click on it to add audio to the video. Then click the play button again to preview what the tracks will sound like as a video background. Canva clearly has loads of templates for students to show what they've learned creatively. And in addition to student projects, Canva also has a wide array of templates for teachers, from Bitmoji scenes to Zoom backgrounds and learning management system decorations. For example, You can customize any of these pre-created presentations as a way to mix up the way you present material to students. The presentations are very similar to Google Slides or PowerPoint presentations, but the templates already include education-specific content that you can easily fill in with your own information. Bitmoji scenes are also easy to create in Canva. Just search for Bitmoji and you'll see numerous pre-created Bitmoji scenes show up, as well as a mostly blank one if you want to fully customize it on your own. You can even connect your Bitmoji directly to Canva by clicking on More, selecting Bitmoji, and then going through the process of connecting your account. Note that this does require you to have a Snapchat account, which you can set up for free. Once you've synced your account, you'll see your Bitmojis show up directly in Canva. To bring one in, just click and drag it and resize it as necessary. If you don't have a Snapchat account, you can also just upload a Bitmoji directly from your computer. As I mentioned, Canva also has these editable Zoom backgrounds and these Class Dojo templates that you can use too. Lastly, let's take a look at some of the templates you can use to decorate your learning management system, whether that's Microsoft Teams, Schoology, Canvas, or Google Classroom. For example, if you type in Google Classroom banner, you'll see that several pre-created banner templates show up. And of course, you can also create your own from scratch. Just like all the other templates, this template is fully editable. So here I'll change the font, I'll delete some of these elements, then go over to the elements on the left-hand side of the screen to add some different ones. And lastly, I'll also bring in my Bitmoji. Then all I need to do is download the banner and then go back to Google Classroom. Once there, I'll just click on the class I created the banner for and select Upload Photo. Then I'll choose the image from my computer and be sure to drag the crop tool to cover the entire image and then click Select Class Theme. Canva for Education clearly has a huge archive of templates that would be useful for any grade level and any subject area. And best of all, it's completely free for educators, so there's really no reason not to check it out. If you have any questions about how to use Canva, be sure to ask those in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching my video to the end. If you're interested in learning all about how to use instructional technology to increase student engagement, personalize instruction, provide authentic learning experiences, improve communication with families, optimize your organization systems, and so much more, then check out my online course, The 21st Century Classroom. In the video description, you'll find a link to 21centuryclass.com where you can learn more about the course as well as sign up for the latest enrollment updates. In the video description, you'll also find the link to my website where you can find additional resources for teaching with technology, as well as links to my social media accounts on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and TikTok, where I post 60-second quick tips about teaching with technology. Thanks again for watching and have a great week.